Hello, my crafty friends. How is everyone doing today? Welcome to my channel. This is Sheree, and I'm so glad you're here. I am participating today in a collaboration by Susan Hiles Creates, and the name of the collaboration is hashtag Stitch Paper Tag Collaboration. So I'll have that in my title. And what you can do is, if you would like to see other people that did this collaboration, you can search the hashtag because people are participating that, you know, maybe participating that did not say they were going to. And the ones that told Susan they were going to are listed in Susan's description box, which I will have her video linked below. So you can click on that and look at her description box. I'm going to try to, I should be able to copy and paste the participants in my description box too, so you can go, skip from one to the other under my video. But what it is we are to, there's not really, Susan isn't one to like, don't break the rules type of person. So I'm sure if you want to do this and you want to break the rules a little bit, that she won't mind. And the idea is just to, connect with each other and have some fun with this collaboration. So I am breaking the rules. Believe me, I'm going to tell you exactly how I'm breaking the rules. So what I'm doing here, what the idea is to make a fabric tag, use some words on it, add some words, and to use slow stitching. So I've prepped a little bit here, and the way I'm breaking the rules is I was going to slow stitch. I tried to slow stitch, and there's a reason I don't really do slow stitching on an ongoing basis, is because I kind of don't have the patience for it, and it's slow. It's very slow for me anyway, because because I don't do it very often or at all anymore. I used to when I was younger and I didn't have kids and I had time. My kids are grown now, but now I tried on here and it just wasn't going well. I was like, no, this is going to look like a kindergartner did it. So I decided not to use slow stitching and just use my sewing machine. So if you want to cheat like me, use your sewing machine like I'm going to. But I just used some fabric that I had here out because I am working on Halloween journals. So I used some Halloween fabric, and I had some autumn fall fabric out too because I made a couple weeks ago, made a autumn fall journal. So took some of those, just you can see a little rectangle, so I made it real simple on myself. You can do more like little squares and do more of a patchwork, or we'll use one big solid piece of fabric. You don't even have to use pieces, right? You just do whatever you want. No rules on that. So, and you can put fabric on the front and the back. That's what Susan did. And she showed a lot, in the first video a week or so ago, she showed several fabric tags that she made, and they are gorgeous. She's a great slow stitcher, creator, just really does really nice work. So this is what I'm doing. I'm going to take this over to my sewing machine, and I'm going to sew right here in between with a cross stitch. I mean, not a cross stitch. Heck, I was just doing cross stitches trying to, and it didn't work out. It didn't look good. I couldn't get it even. And I was like, this is going to take hours. I don't have hours to do this video. So I took it out, and then I'm going to go sew. And I want the sewing that's going to be across here, on here, before I put it on my backing, which is some cardstock, just a scrap I had here. And the same for the autumn one. It's a scrap that I had sitting here. So that's what I have. And then I have some batting. Susan mentioned batting last week, and I was like, oh, that would be really cute, because I have made fabric tags without batting, just fabric and cardstock. So you can do that too if you want to cheat in that way and you don't have any batting. I say go for it, just do whatever you want and let us see what you came up with. Put your own spin on it, you know what I mean? I don't think Susan would mind it at all. In fact, I think she would love it. So she would just love to see what you did, right? What you came up with. Use your own creative imagination. So like I said, I'm going to go sew across here because I don't want that stitching to sew through the back, show through the back of the cardstock. And then I'm going to glue this down. We're going to put a little topper on it, and then I'm going to sew around the edges with everything together. So I'm going to be right back. I'm going to do that sewing, and I'll show you what that looks like, and then we'll finish it off. So I will be right back. Okay, so let me show you what this looks like so far. This is one layer of fabric, one layer of batting sewn just right there with a zigzag stitch on my sewing machine. And so that's where we're at. Let's go ahead and cut now my backing around here. I'm just going to use I'm just going to put it on here, use my little tag as a format or a template, and cut around it. And this one has, this is the, I just had these two scraps like I said, and this is the Halloween one, and this is this one-sided. I had some two-sided scraps too, but I thought, let me use my one-sided scraps. This will be perfect, you know, because I'm going to be gluing that down anyway, and I'm going to sew through all these layers. There was no problem sewing through 2 layers, so I've never, well, I can't say never. I have sewn through batting before. I did something with batting. Oh, just some covers, some journal covers with fabric. Yeah, the same, kind of the same basic thing here. I made some fabric covers, put some batting. Now the batting, I think I used some of the same batting because I had a bunch of this, or some of it, and then I put fabric batting and then cardstock on the back, I believe, or it might have been fabric on the back. I think it was cardstock and fabric, maybe even. So anyway, my point is, I've sewn through something like this before, and it was no problem. I kind of want to get this straight, but I don't want any of the white showing here on the front, so it seems like my fabric's a little crooked, so I might have to straighten it out after I cut this. Yeah, I don't want that white showing on the front. So like I said, I believe this will all kind of get sandwiched together when I sew it. There we go. Okay, that looks fine. That looks fine. See, let me see if there's any white showing here. Do I have it? Let me get it even on the bottom, even on the top. Yeah, I think we're going to be good once we sew it together. And I think I'm going to add my topper before I sew it, so I can kind of sew through my topper and make sure it's all secure. So, see, there's my pieces that I have left. Okay, let's cut through this one. Yeah, if I think of, there's something else I wanted to tell you, and I can't think of it right now. But let me cut this little piece. There's a little piece of, see, too much batting showing there. Now that I've sewn it down, it got everything in its place. Let me cut a little bit of that off there. That's showing too much, right in here. All right, now I've got my little pieces here. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so now we're going to cut around this one real quick. Here's the backing on that. Oh, it's the same thing where this is kind of crooked here. I don't know how I did that. Anyway, it is what it is at this point. I'm not doing it over. But oh, that sewing machine was such a release. The slow stitching was just going to stress me out. And I don't need to be stressed out, you know. Nobody needs to be stressed out by something that's supposed to be fun, right? So, if, you know, I say, Susan and I have done a lot of, that's what I wanted to tell you, and I don't think I mentioned it in the first, before the pause there, that Susan and I have done a lot of collaborations together. This is her collaboration with participants, but we have done collaborations together, and she's very easygoing, and, you know, so she will not hold it against you if you cheat a little bit like I am right now. So, okay, there we go. Again, I'm going to make sure the white backing here of this cardstock's not showing, but I'm going to go sew around, and then I'll tell you what I did and show you how it turned out, and I'll be right back. Oh, wait a minute, I was going to add, I think I need to add my toppers after, because I need to get this all secure first. because trying to add a topper on here is not going to go well at this moment. So I'll be right back. Okay, my friends, I will tell you what true confessions here. So this was a little challenging for me. And so as I sewed these down, I used a straight stitch all the way around. You would think that would be easy. No problem with the sewing machine. It's just that I found that as I sewed them down, you could glue them down. I was thinking about that. Glue them down like maybe with some Fabri-Tac onto the cardstock first. I did not do that. I thought about it. I thought, oh, I'm just going to try it without the glue. I'm kind of glad I did because of the way it was working. And so what was happening was when I was sewing, it seemed to, I don't know if it's the batting or just the whole, I think it's the batting. So, I don't think the same thing would have happened if I didn't have batting in there. So, but it kind of like spread it out, and flattened it. And so I found myself having to trim here and there whatever was showing, either the cardstock from the back or the batting. So this is what they look like now, but that's what happened. I just wanted to tell you in case you try this. So here's what they look like right now. They're not perfect, but what we're supposed to do is, you don't have to have a topper on there, but I'm going to add a little topper. I have this orange sparkly ribbon for both of them, so I thought I'd just put a little piece of that on the top and cut it with my pinking shears. I just left them over by my sewing machine, so I'm going to cut a little piece here. I just want it to be a little bit on the top, and I'm going to have to sew it down because this is not going to glue down well, I don't think. So about right there, and then twice as much because I'm going to fold it over. And this I will have to glue down and then sew, because I glue, a lot of times if I do this, I'll glue it down so that it will stay in place, because otherwise I end up, like I'll start sewing, if I don't glue it down, it'll end up instead of in the middle, like over here. So I say glue it down. Let's put some glue up there, and I'll go ahead and glue the toppers down. And so what we're supposed to also do is add on a stamped image. And I promise you I have, like, my craft room is organized. So I don't understand when I can't find things. I don't understand it. Like, I guess it's, I think it's kind of frustrating. Like, I know I have one. I know where it's supposed to be, but it's not there. It should be in one of two places. Either in the drawer where I have a drawer where I keep all my rubber stamps. All of them are in there. But it's not in there. And I know it was in there. I thought, well, I keep thinking, and I keep looking at my Halloween little container that I have, all my Halloween and fall stuff in. Keep looking in there, and it's not in there either. I keep looking like it's going to appear, magically appear in there, and it just doesn't. Okay, this is a wired ribbon. That is helping me, actually. I got this ribbon I believe I got this at Dollar Tree, because it was orange, just this kind of sparkly orange, and I thought it would go with fall and Halloween. And it's, almost generic, like anything orange that I need a little ribbon on, I could use it. So that's why I got it. It wasn't all out Halloween, fall, it's generic type. And so anyway, another piece like that, so about that same size is good. I think this will look good on the fall too. All right, and that glue is holding it. I was wondering if the glue would hold it. This is upright. I have some words right here that say they're cut off, but they say happy fall. So I still want to make sure they are upright. So I'm making this, making sure I have this on the top, and upright, and trying to center this and we'll get it sewn down, and then we're supposed to, like I said, add a stamped image. So we're going to try that. And then Susan also added like a yo-yo and some buttons. I don't think I'm going to add the buttons because I don't want the bulk, so I will put these in probably my couple of my Halloween journals. Maybe the first two that get ordered will get these, you know, in there as a little extra freebie, fun freebie. Not that it's anything great or anything, just I only have two. I wasn't planning on making any more. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll try a little something different. Fabric tags of some kind. So yeah, let me go sew those down. I think I'm going to do, I did a straight stitch around, zigzag stitch across here. I think I'm going to do, I'm going to try a zigzag stitch across the bottom of, through the, you know, the two toppers here. So I'm going to do that, be right back. Then I'm going to add a couple of things, a stamped image and something else that we're going to try out and see if I think it looks good. And then we'll be pretty much done. So stay tuned. I'll be right back. Got those on. By the way, if you're going to try it, you don't have to do a video. It's not that you have to do a video to participate. You, of course, I mean, I just wanted to say that just in case you're thinking, well, I'm not on YouTube, so I can't do it. No, you can do it. It's the idea is for, you know, for you to try it, no matter whether you have video or, you know, YouTube channel or not. So it's just the ideas. You know, everybody's throwing ideas, their ideas out there. So, and Susan said if you do have a YouTube channel and you're going to post a video, let her know and she will add you to her participant list. So that's nice too, right? All right, so here they are with the topper. Did the zigzag stitch across the top. So I think that looks really nice, and I like it. I like the orange on both. I like orange. I heard, you know, one person say one time that they didn't like orange. I was like, oh, why not? It's such a pretty color. I love orange. Okay, so numbers and something else. I like them like they are. You don't have to add anything, but I'm just trying to follow, you know, and take on this challenge by Susan. For me, it's a challenge. For you, it might not be a challenge. Maybe you're used to doing slow stitching and layering. I kind of like, I don't like to cover up things. Okay. And since I couldn't find my rubber stamp, which was a 31, it would have been perfect. It was a little big, so I might not have, I think I would have put it on, here, but of course not on here, not on the autumn one. But what I do have in my stash already that I need to use that I never use is I have this little bag, a little cellophane bag that I stamped a bunch on like muslin fabric. Just some little number stamps I have. They're just like this. Each one is 1 through 9, I think, or maybe 10. And it has the little NO and a number. So, and I just stamped them on, you know, cut these little pieces of fabric out. In fact, I think it might even be torn here on this edge, and this side is pinking shears. So I'm going to put a number. I just pulled this out, or it fell out randomly. So we'll put that one on there. And then we're going to pick out, there's a number, let's see. I don't know what other, like I don't have number stamps, or I had a 31 together on a stamp. I don't have number stamps where it's just numbers. So, or otherwise I would have made my own 31. I was like, oh, I mean, I almost forgot that I didn't have, because I was almost like, oh, I'll just make my own 31. But then I was like, oh, I don't have number stamps. So let's do a number 1. At least we'll have one of the numbers that are in 31. Okay, so here. Let me think about it for 2 seconds. I kind of, like if you have anything you don't like, say you make these tags and there's something imperfect, not that it has to be perfect, imperfect, or something you don't like about it, you can kind of fix it at this point and cover it up with something, right? So I have a little gap here that I wouldn't mind covering up with something. I think I'm going to put the number, here. Because this is kind of like you've got pattern here that's pretty flowers and leaves and things. And then you have plaid, which is a kind of a more background type thing that you don't mind covering up so much. So I'm going to put this here right on the edge. Like that. I'm going to glue these down. I'm going to see how it looks glued down just with some Fabri-Tac. And then here's a number 1. The only thing is it's kind of small. Is it big enough, or is it... I'm trying to cover up an imperfection here. A little bit of my batting is showing right here, which I don't, like I said in the beginning, I didn't care if it showed on the sides, but I really didn't want it to show on the top. Let me see what other numbers. Number 5, that's a little bigger, because I wouldn't mind it going over into here. We might not be using, I don't think I have, all my 1s seem to be smaller. Here's our number 4, that's bigger too, kind of long. That might be perfect. So yeah, I think I'm going to use a number 4. That covers it all up. There you go. Gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. Use what's in your stash. You don't have a 31, use a number 4. Okay, let's see how these glue down with some Fabri-Tac. Like, I don't want to sew again. I mean, you could sew this down, or you could sew it down beforehand, before you sew it on, before you put it, if you put it on cardstock, you know, you could sew it down before you put it on, or after, if you don't mind the stitching through your cardstock to show, you know, showing on the back. Maybe you're going to glue the back down on something, and then it won't matter. Okay, so I got a good amount of Fabri-Tac on there. It should glue down nicely right here on my plaid, like I said. And then we'll look for something. Actually, I don't know if I have anything else to glue down on the... I do have a little pumpkin. Maybe we'll put a pumpkin at it, because, well, it's a jack-o'-lantern though. We'll see. We'll see what I have over there. I have some stickers, felt stickers over there. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry, and I'm going to... Do I need to add a little bit right here? You could try this with permanent glue stick. I just don't know if that would hold fabric to fabric. I know the, yeah, this is gluing down nice with the, okay, I think that edge is, I'm trying to see if I need to glue down this edge a little bit more. I think that edge, if I let it dry, I think it might be, and don't pull it up. Okay, I think it's good if I leave it alone. All right, let's do this one. And then we'll see, I have some cute little foam, no, are they foam? They're felt stickers to glue down as one more thing. Oh, you know what? I could look for a yo-yo to glue on here. I just didn't, the yo-yo is going to be bulkier. Well, is it going to be bulkier than a felt sticker though? Maybe not. Okay, this is where we're covering up a gap here in between the rectangles, showing some. Okay, let me see. Yep, that's all nice and glued down. Okay, let me see. So let's do this one first, because I have these felt stickers. I don't know why I put these on some. I'm going to see if they'll come off, because I don't know why I put these on masking tape. I have no idea. They were over by my sewing machine. And I was like, what was I doing here? I have no idea. So it's going to be undone now. So I've got a little owl, a little black cat. Oh, I have a bat here too. I have a witch hat. I have a couple different pumpkins. So let me see. Oh, I have a big ghost here too. That might look, because I wouldn't mind covering up. There's a little bit, like, I don't really mind this showing, but if I could, I don't know what I glued this on here with. I took the backing off, so maybe it was just the sticker. But it's no, that's too, yeah, no. So it needs to be, it might be, I mean, that could go right there. Oh, there's another ghost right there, so that looks a little, okay, let's try a little pumpkin. That looks cute. Or we could put it on the other. Yeah. Oh, actually, I like it on this side. That's a possibility. Here's an owl. Let's see how we like that. It's kind of bigger, much bigger. Yeah, I have no idea what I was doing with that masking tape. That's weird. I don't know what I was doing with it. Apparently I didn't finish whatever I was doing with it. That's a black owl, and here's an orange. Actually, the orange owl. Owls are kind of more fallish. So I might put, and it's orange. So we might put this orange owl over here. That's actually a good idea. I like that because I think it looks better than, you know, it's a fabric yo-yo. So a fabric yo-yo is going to be kind of like get lost in the other patterns here. So this stands out. Looks like a nice addition. So let's try this black cat. Yeah, he kind of gets lost with all the black. I guess that's a problem with anything black on here. And I've got, let me reach over and grab a bat here. I don't think his colors really go with this. And then there's another jack-o'-lantern kind of pumpkin here. Oh, I think I like him better with his stitching around. Oh, there's my stitching. I got my stitching in. It's just it's printed on this pumpkin, but it looks like I stitched it on there, doesn't it? Oh my goodness, just breaking all kind of rules here. Okay, so apparently I already took the backing. No, I think this one still has its backing on. Yeah, because I just pulled it from, I didn't pull it from the masking tape. I pulled it from the little bag. I have a cellophane bag sitting over there. Yeah, there's the backing on this. Oh, these are really sticky. These are really sticky. I don't even need it. These are super sticky. I don't think I really even need any Fabri-Tac on here. I don't know. I guess I'll put, there's a little bit oozing out here. Let's just use that up. Just to make sure. A little addition of some Fabri-Tac. Get the edges down. Down good too. The little feet. Okay, so we did use an owl because actually it probably, I don't have any solid colored yo-yos. They're all, patterned fabric. All right, so that's going to go right there. And this, oh, I love the pumpkin now. When I look over there and saw that just now, I was like, oh, this one has the backing on too. This wasn't on this was not on that masking tape. That I didn't know what it was for. Okay. And so this one, pretty sticky. These are from a couple. I've had some from a thrift store, some from, I think some of these were from Dollar Tree. And I put them all in one little bag to just keep them all together. All right. So there we go. So you notice I didn't cut off my corners. Susan cut off her corners and she wrapped her and made like a little hem underneath her fabric front and back. And I did not do that. My edges are raw. So yeah, be sure to watch Susan's video. And if you want more ideas, watch all the other videos because I'm sure everybody's going to do something very interesting, very creative, and very different. So, okay, I'm going to say these are done. I think they're cute. You could even, you could even add some like rickrack, things like that, down the side, instead of stitching in between. If you do like just rectangles like this, I could see some rickrack on here. That would be cute. So just an idea, like if I did more, I might do some rickrack in between. Some orange rickrack if you had it, or black. Purple. There is some purple on here, so even purple for Halloween. Brown, black, orange, lots of colors in here. Yellow down here. You could even add a sunflower on, a little sunflower onto a fall themed, or if it's not themed at all, if it's just, random flowery, whatever fabric you have, scraps, gingham, whatever type fabric you have, just make it out of that, and then you'll have it for whatever you might need that type of, for your stash. So anyway, I really enjoyed this, Susan. Thank you for doing the collaboration and inviting whoever you invited and getting it all together and organized. So thank you. It was a little bit of a challenge for me, but I enjoyed it. And I always love using up my scraps. So thanks for watching, everybody. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and if you're going to participate, let me know. I'd really be interested. And also, my community tab is open, so you can post a picture there if you participate, if you'd like to. Post a picture there. I might not see it right away because I'm not used to it, but when I do see it, I will I will comment. But you can post. I think you can post a picture there, and I think you have to do it on your phone, is what my understanding is. So anyway, I hope you enjoy. See you next time, and have a great day.